Okay. This is my little soapbox. My soapbox spiel right now. After talking to the girl at the coffee shop. So, here's the thing about life. What would this be called? Okay. Career advice for everyone and anyone. This is not the best filming situation right here. Career advice. Look at me. So, the sooner that you start working for yourself, the better. Whatever it is that you do, you can make, I don't know, paper mache flowers, okay? If that's what you do, put it on a business card and do it. Just do it. It doesn't have to be finite. It doesn't have to be the end all be all of who you are. If you just like to, I don't know, clean old shoes, then just like that's your thing, is cleaning old shoes. Then just you're a shoe reseller. Okay? If you just like, I don't know, to draw. If you just like to draw, you need to draw things and sell them. That's how this culture works. But you have to market yourself. You have to market yourself. The thing that I regret doing, the thing that I regret not doing earlier in my career is using the internet to my advantage. Had I cared, which I didn't care about social media, because my age group was so weird. We didn't really get social media until we were already like past the teen years. So the people who kept doing social media kind of seemed a little vain. At least there was like this big split. There were people who posted everything and were very cute and it was cool. And that was their thing. Or there were people like me who were like very anti like police state, very anti like being seen, you know. It wasn't even that, the first thing I said. It was just knowing that everything you were doing was being uploaded and seen, and there's an element of privacy that I think people who are my age, I'm 35, so we're mid-millennials. I think millennials, like the older millennials and people who are around my age, value privacy a lot more than some of the younger folks, just because we had that, so we know what it's like to have it. And in your personal life, privacy is very important. In my personal life, I don't want everyone to know what I'm doing all the time. I have a public image and I have a private image. That is blurring now that I get older, thankfully. But when you're building your career at the beginning, you know, you have to kind of maintain these boundaries, because I remember getting rid of my social media, like my Facebook, when I was maybe 20, because at the time I was working in film and I didn't want my potential clients and some freelance work. I didn't want my potential clients to see photos of me partying, you know, in a barn with my friends, you know, at 2 a.m. You know, that's just not, that wasn't really the look. So what I'm saying here is that I wish that I had used social media, at least in some way, at least Instagram, to build the connections that I've built. I have built so many contacts in my career as a massage therapist, as other things, but among other things, but especially as a massage therapist. And it's been close to a decade. I have met thousands of people who I have built very intimate connections with very quickly. Even in one session, you can learn almost everything about someone's life, or a lot, big things. And relationships like that are very special, and you always remember those people, and they always remember you. So I would say definitely, if you're a therapist, start your social media, even though it's this weird thing, especially in massage. Massage is so weird. I've said that word like 8 times. It's so private. And yes, there are times when you cannot, I'm not telling you to go work for someone else, try to take their clients, you can't push that. But there are times when, if you would have just had information online, people could have just found it, and they're just good contacts to have. They're just people you want to talk to, especially when you're later in your career. I can think of all of these people who I remember who were clients of mine, and over the years, I've just lost their contact. I lose their business cards. I wasn't always active on LinkedIn. I wasn't always active on social media. I wasn't. And this is why, after having this very short conversation with this person this morning, I feel the inclination to quickly have this soapbox selling yourself speech. Because again, it comes down to believing in yourself, even if you're 20, even if you're 22, even if you're 30, even if you're 40, even if you're 55, even if you're of legal working age, which I don't want to say because it's different in every state. Just market yourself. Just anyone. Right now, there's no reason that you cannot create a company. This is the best time to just start promoting yourself, okay? Everything is shifting to this auto. Everything is going into this. You are the company. You are the brand, okay? And yes, there's a game to play, and you can get lost in the impressions. You can get lost in the numbers of it, but you don't have to. It can be simple. Make it simple. Do not do socials if you don't like them. I don't like TikTok. I'm not doing TikTok. I don't like it. I've never used it. That's not me. Maybe I will. Maybe eventually I will. Right now, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time to even think about acquiring that platform. And it's not really my thing. But what do I feel comfortable in? This is what I'm getting to. Do what you feel comfortable doing, okay? Do what you feel comfortable doing. If you're an artist, okay, I'm an art school dropout. I dropped out of art school. I don't need someone to tell me how to make art. I already know how to make art, okay? I already know how to critique work. I've been traditionally trained as an artist and formally trained, and for my entire life, practically. So that didn't do anything for me. So it's you don't need someone to tell you that you're worthy. Let me tell you that you're worthy. Whatever it is that you do, you're worthy. If you want to be a baker, my roommate, she wants to be a baker, okay? Then you just need to bake. If you're not doing what you want to do, then do you really want to do it? You need to be doing what you want to do. Because the sooner you start doing what it is you want to do, the sooner you attract the reality that you want. The sooner that you create. I will say that my own limitations, and maybe it is, I know that a portion of it has to be related to the cosmos. I know that. There is a portion of this that's related to the cosmos and like right timing and all this thing. Yes. But I encourage you to, okay? If you want to be a baker, here's the thing. Go bake something. Give it to everyone that you know. Create socials. Create a logo. There's no reason why you can create a logo for free in Canva. You can have AI design a logo for you. You can draw a logo out. You can create anything on your own right now. This is an incredible time to be alive in some ways. It's a very difficult time in some ways. It's kind of like not the 90s, you know? But again, it's good because you're alive. So here's what I'm saying. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. You're never going to be pretty enough. You're never going to be perfect enough. You're never going to have the perfect this, perfect that. There is no reason to wait until everything is perfect to start. And I remember watching so many people, so many creators, and just entrepreneurs, CEOs, all of these things. I love like reading CEO stories, like, or just like anyone, like artists, like anyone who's contributed. I love knowing like their schedules, their bio, what they did. I like that kind of thing. So I've always been drawn to those things. And throughout the years, I've listened to so many like talks, you know, just people's stories. How did they make it? How did they make it? And one thing that that's coming up is they're always saying, just start where you are. Just start where you are, and you're going to fail. You're going to fail. And through that failure, you're going to find what you really don't want to do. Like me, I started a commercial cleaning company from the ground up. Okay, that sounds like, okay, whatever. You just go clean people's stuff. It's not that easy, especially in commercial work. It's a whole world. It's this whole like getting compliance, getting vendors, creating estimates, knocking on doors. It's very intense. I didn't know this, but I did it. And what I realized was this is great, but it's not really like that fulfilling for me personally. It's not fulfilling. So that's it. And then you just move on. You do something else. So you always have to, here's the thing. You're always, maybe you might have to bite your tongue and work for someone else part-time. But there's no reason why you can't work part-time and create a schedule for yourself that gives you the few days in the week. You need to live simply, live humbly. Give yourself a couple days in the week to focus on things that you want. That's okay. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are my days I work for myself. Okay? So when I wake up, I'm gonna work for myself for 8 hours a day, or however fucking many hours a day you wanna work for yourself. You wanna work for yourself 10 hours a day? You better work for yourself 10 hours a day. Do whatever you need to do to start creating that life that you want. Start picturing that life that you want. What is that life that you want? I have that vision of what that life is that I want. I know, I've known what, and I've honed in on this for a while, you know? It's taken a little while. But it's possible. And just put yourself out there. Just stop limiting yourself, you know? Again, stop limiting yourself. The things that are holding you back in this life, you need to address them. You need to address the things that are holding back in your life. If you have addictions that are holding you back in your life, you need to find some support groups. You need to find some support. You need to find a couple friends. You need to ask for help, okay? You need to... So this is my... Get out of your own way. Start marketing yourself. Believe in yourself. Just be the company. You are your own brand. Be your face of your brand. This is me. I am the face of my brand. I am my brand. You don't have to be your own brand. You can work for someone else. Some people don't want to work for themselves. Don't. Just try to figure out who you are and just be that authentically. Just be who you are authentically. I am authentically me. I wear socks with sneakers and a dress, okay? I am authentically me. I do not own a hairbrush. I am authentically me. I do take showers and I do use deodorant. I did brush my teeth this morning, okay? I'm not disgusting, but I am authentically me, okay? The beauty about getting older is that you realize that you can just be you. And it feels so good to just be you, because when you're just you, you're happier and people receive you better. And you're more likely to find success, and you're more likely to find comfort in life. And this life is difficult. So why not feel comfort in such a difficult place, you know? I hope that helps someone. I'm sure I've had people tell me this in my life. I'm sure I've had so many people tell me this in my life. But at that time, I could not see. My eyes were not open. My ears were not open. For whatever reason, I could not hear. I could not hear. I could not see. So seek knowledge. Seek freedom. Seek understanding of the self. Seek understanding of the self by a deep introspection. Get into the body. Drop in. Okay, that's a good amount.